Hi, this is three things about my social media use that I would like to improve on. The first thing is that when I'm scrolling on social media, if something comes up and I'm not sure that it's true, I often will not check the validity of that information against really anything. And I think this is because when I'm in a social media mood, I don't want to be going into full investigative mode. I'm just trying to chill out, I'm trying to enjoy some content, and I don't really want to go into this whole big thing of fact checking. However, I do know that when you absorb this kind of information and you don't check it, you're starting to build these kinds of implicit biases. Even if you don't think that the information is true, if you don't have anything counter to that, you might still be thinking in some part of your mind that it is true or that you have some sort of bias towards that information being true. And I think that the way that I could alleviate this is that most of these problems could be solved with a relatively very quick search. Like I wouldn't have to take that much time out of my day, and often you could even not even have to leave the social media platform itself. You can just do a search in there. You already found one piece of content about it. Surely you can find others, and you could get a more varied perspective. Of course, you should still be concerning yourself with, is this information accurate and who are these people reporting it? But these problems of verifying information don't always have to be this whole big thing. Another thing that I think about when I'm in regards to my social media is that I engage with a lot of content that makes me upset. Things that I don't like, things that I'm kind of doom scrolling through. I don't really want to see more of it, but for some reason I can't just leave it alone. I have to look at it and I have to kind of absorb this content even if I don't want to. And something I could do to do that to get away from this is knowing about how algorithms work. When you engage with content, when you watch videos, when you leave comments, the algorithm is going to want to push that kind of information onto you, that kind of content onto you more frequently. So by not engaging with that content, not watching it all the way through, not leaving comments, or even using some features that most social platforms have that indicate, hey, I don't want to see more of this, you can help to clear out your feed of things you don't want to see. The third thing I'd like to talk about is that in regards to my own creation of media within the field of social media. And the thing I like to say about this is that I tend to not make any social media content at all. I don't often think about, taking pictures of things I'm doing or making posts about things that I'm thinking. I don't create things to put out into the world. And, there's people that I have in my life that I don't really have any chance to interact with because we don't really have a platform. We don't live in the same place. So, one of the things I think I could do is just making even small posts, just small pictures, things I'm thinking that would allow me to interact with people to use the social part of social media because I often use the media part. I consume a lot of media within this context of social media, but it's often kind of flat and not very beneficial to me. And I'm not really getting this kind of social benefit that the social media, the social part of that is supposed to be giving me.